This is Kia's new electric hatchback. I actually don't mind it. It's pretty good. So here are the details. I'm curious to know your thoughts. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. YouTube's new algorithm means that you're often not getting all of our videos in your feed. There's 7,500. I'm pretty sure you're probably not seeing a lot of them. In the description, there is a link to our newsletter. Click on that and you can get an update every day of all the latest news in the electric car industry. And this is the new Kia electric hatchback. It's called the EV4. Has up to 391 miles of EPA range, meaning probably over 630 kilometers of WLTP range. It's got a lot of range. So Kia has gone from a brand kind of struggling to find its design identity, having no electric cars in its lineup only years ago, and now it's got quite a lot of different models. So it's kind of impressive what Kia have been doing with the launch of their EVs. The EV6 is a very good car. EV5 a little half-baked in comparison to the EV6 if you look at the efficiency and the range of the battery size and everything else. But the EV4, this is actually the Euro market version, but I believe this will be a global EV. It's going to be built in Slovakia. We know that for sure, but also it will be built in other countries too. Now, there's apparently a few different versions, but only one powertrain option. Dual motor versions will come, so all-wheel drive versions will come, but not yet. At this point in time, the one option is 201 horsepower, or about 150 kilowatt. Single motor, front wheels. It's okay in terms of performance, not fast, but not too bad. 7.4 seconds, 0 to 100. That's 0 to 62 miles an hour. And it has a 58.3 kilowatt hour battery, but you can upgrade to a much bigger and of course heavier 81.4 kilowatt hour battery. So that's the battery pack that will enable this vehicle to have well over 600 kilometers of WLTP range and 391 miles of EPA range. Actually one of the longest range, relatively affordable cars on the market. Well, it will be anyway. The hatch with the small battery does only 255 miles or 410 kilometers of EPA range. The sedan, 267 miles or 430 kilometers. But the 81.4 kilowatt hour versions give 380 miles or 612 kilometers, but that's EPA range, so it's very realistic real world range, and 391 miles and 630 kilometers EPA range as well. So WLTP numbers probably add about 10%. You're actually looking at WLTP of around 700 kilometers when you actually look at the numbers. So real world, around 630 kilometers of range. Now, I think it's a slightly odd looking car, but it looks way better than the sedan. And I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's certainly unique. I think the back of it looks quite nice. The side profile looks nice. The front's a little unusual, but overall, it's actually, I think it's actually a pretty cool car. And I quite like this blue color as well. Guys, what do you think of it? Tech. All right, interestingly, it gets a 400 volt architecture. It doesn't get the architecture of the EV6 and EV9. Kia say that's because it saves money to do the 400 volt architecture. 10 to 80% charging is not particularly fast for a new vehicle. It takes 31 minutes. So that's about double the amount, or nearly double the amount of time it takes to charge an EV6 battery. But as a result, that will help to reduce the price for the consumers. And I think that's probably the big reason Kia has done this. Both models use the same 2,820 millimeters, which is a 111-inch wheelbase. However, the 300 millimeter longer, 12-inch longer sedan has 490 liters of luggage space. That's 17.3 cubic feet. The hatch has less at 435 liters, which is 15.4 cubic feet. The sedan has an old-fashioned and less practical trunk lid rather than a liftback. So yeah, the sedan, the way it opens, it doesn't really mean this, it's all that practical as a car, I think. I think the hatch version is better, even though it's got a smaller boot technically. Now, there's some differences, right, between the sedan and the hatchback, and also between each model as well in the lineup. Inside, There is a combined digital instrument cluster and infotainment touchscreen. GT line models get sport seats and 3 rather than 2-spoke steering wheels. But on the outside, to be honest, both the sedan and the hatch look kind of similar, except for the back, of course, because they look different on the back. The EV4 Fastback's unusual design might have some buyers defecting from a Tesla Model 3, and some might other issues as well. But in Europe, people love hatchbacks. And while Tesla doesn't have a hatchback, in fact, there's not many electric hatchbacks on the market from major mainstream car companies. So if this is priced right, I think it could sell quite well. To give you an estimate on pricing, I think it'll probably cost a similar number, approximately 10 to 15% discount on the Kia EV5. Same architecture to the EV5, similar batteries, similar battery sizes. So if you can buy the Kia EV5 in your country, I'd just say 10 to 15% cheaper will be the price of a Kia EV4. Guys, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. The Sydney EV International Motor Show. If you want to get a 50% discount on your tickets, all you got to do, click the link in the description and use the promotion code that's in the description. Just copy and paste that. Now, I should mention there's only 200 tickets available per day. So if you go to use the promo code and you can't get a ticket, wait till the next day. Don't wait until the day before the show to get your tickets, because otherwise you'll probably miss out on getting the 50% discount. The new Kia EV4. This is a global car. Kind of confusing because there's going to be two different versions of this vehicle. There's going to be one for the United States and a different one for everyone else that will be made, I believe, in China. The other one will be made in the United States. But this is actually quite an interesting electric car. It's a sedan, but not a sedan, sort of a liftback. Some people are saying they hate it. Some people say they love it. It's quite a polarizing looking vehicle. But there is one option, there is one choice to get this in with a 330 miles of EPA range, which seems like it's maybe quite a good option. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Now, I filmed a video about this before and kind of got a little bit mixed up on myself because I've realized that there's 2 different versions of this car, the global version and the American version. They will be 2 different cars. Now, one thing to point out, it does not use Kia and Hyundai's eGMP platform with 800 volt capability. It's a bit cheaper, more affordable to manufacture because it uses 400 volt. That, of course, means charging speed is a little slower, but we'll get to that in a second. It does use Hyundai Motor Group's electric global modular platform, which is under the EV9 and the Ioniq 5, but those use 800 volt and this does not. It's powered by a single 150 kilowatt or 200 horsepower electric motor on the front of the car. I'm not a huge fan of front wheel drive, but that's what, you know.